Okay, so today we're going to be doing something very fun. We're going to be playing with our mini circle gel plates, and these are brand new. This is the one I keep on my desk all the time. If you don't have a silicone mat or you just don't want to make a mess on your mat, these are excellent for using as palettes for your paint. Anyways, plus then they accumulate stuff, which is really cool. So what we're going to do today is 10 ways to use the round gel press plates. And we're going to start by making full circles. So I have different kinds of paints. I have super cheap acrylic paint and I have fancy Diane Reevely mixed media paint. So what's the difference between these two kinds of paints? Number one, cheap acrylic paint is thinner than good paint. So this could be golden, this could be even Dick Blick heavy body acrylic. The acrylic paint you get from the craft store, you could get high flow, which is even thinner, but this paint is really good for gel plates because it's super runny. Okay, so we're just going to start and we're going to put a little bit on here. And I have 2 plates and 2 brayers because I live in Florida and it takes forever for paint to dry. So what you want to do is you want to get paint onto your circle. And we are going to make a whole bunch of circles. So we're going to come over here and I'm going to show you what just plain old paint on here looks like. And you may be surprised because it takes on, if I were to take, and I'm going to do a video about this, if I were to take just a paintbrush and make a circle, it wouldn't have the same properties as us doing it this way, this fun way, on a gel plate with that. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to mix 2 different colors. Okay, so we're going to use yellow and orange. It's kind of it's probably a lot of paint for this little gel plate. It's a lot of paint for it. So it's nice to have another one that you can roll off on. This one's going to be better than this one because this one has too much paint. And I will tell you, unilaterally, if you're going to do this, you're going to have either a blank art journal page or something that you can rub your brayer off on as you go. All right, so let's do this. We're going to do this pull. And I like the fact that I have these acrylic blocks because now I can do this way. And see, we got a real neat texture. So we're going to do 3 circles in a row. Like a snowman, like an orange snowman. But see how neat that blend is in there? All right. So next, what is our next one? Full circles. Blend full circles. Oh, we're going to make squares on this with a comb. So we're going to go to a different color. We're going to go to... Let's go to blue, because I'm doing a project with blue. And I don't mind that there's different colors on my gel plate. You may mind. Okay, so we're going to... Where's my other brayer? There we go. Oh, it's over here. So this is the one we're going to use. It's going to kind of be my blue brayer, and that's going to be my orange, yellow kind of brayer. So let's get this rolled out. Boop, boop, boop. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a teeny bit of this other blue in here. These are nice. I like this kind of bottle because it's really easy to get the paint out of. So we're going to do a little blend here, right? Yes, my brayer just rolled across the floor. It's like the meatball. Okay, it came back. All right, so now we're going to use just a comb And what I'm going to do with this comb is I have a fat comb with wide tines, and I have a skinny comb with skinny tines. And we're just going to make a cool pattern. Some of these things, I just want to show you how easy it is to make cool patterns in here. And we picked up a little bit of that orange. Did you see that? Okay. And now we got that, and it moved a little bit. I'm going to show you. I don't usually put the paper face down, but I'm trying to keep us moving. Random marks. Okay, let's do some random marks. So I just want, it's also a lot easier to control how much paint comes out of those little ones than it is to control how much paint comes out of these big ones. Okay, so we're going to do this, and then we're going to grab a paintbrush, and we're going to grab, I like this color is called Cheddar. This is probably my favorite Dina Wakley color. It's like an orange yellow, and we're going to make random marks in here. So we're going to make I like crosses, so we're going to make big fat crosses. And you can do this any way you want. You could make anything in here. All right, I'm going to make one like it's coming down from the top. We'll make one like it's going off the bottom. Another going off the bottom here. Okay, so just random marks. You can make your own kind of pattern. And now we're gonna, this is what I like. I like using the acrylic blocks with them so that I can tip them over and see where I'm putting them. So there you go. And that's cool. I like that. I would use that in my stuff. Okay, a stencil. So now let's go back to our Runaway Brayer. I'm going to put more yellow on here. There's still going to be a little bit of blue under here. I like mixing my colors. If you would rather not have mixed colors, then you shouldn't, because blue and yellow will make green, right? So if we get something weird, it's going to be a nice color. And this is why I like having two of them. They come in a packet with squares and triangles. So I just love these. Okay, here we go. All right, so we got some yellows. I'm just going to make these regular. We got to grab some stencils. Okay, so this is going to be cool because this has skinny to fat. And I want to show you what happens when you go through a stencil. So you are going to be, so this is one way you can do it. You can pull the paint out of the stencil area. And now, when you do this, you're going to have that stencil on there, right? So that is very cool. That's a good way to get just a little hint of stuff. Look how that's building up. That's beautiful. I like that. Okay, here's another way you can do it though. There's a fancy way to do it. You can go through your stencil. Okay. And this way, you will get a more bold pattern with it. Right? That's a lot clearer. So that could be a consideration. This is kind of the outside of where I didn't pull it, and then this is the whole thing. So that's something you might want to think about. Okay, so next one is paint parts of a stencil. Okay, we're going to do that here. So you may have thought of this already, but I was like, what? When I saw somebody do this, and I need my, gosh, that's dirty. I've been playing with my gel plates, and I'm going to play with my giant one without you later. So I got stuff all over me. I got stuff all over the craft room, and I got stuff all over me. So now we want a color that will go with this. So we're going to go, let's use the tealish color here, because I can see how much I'm putting out, right? All right, here we go. And this is just a cheap makeup blender. And we're gonna go and just do parts of this. We're not gonna do this whole stencil. We're gonna kind of go around it a little bit. Because what I had been doing was I was literally every time doing the whole, like rolling the whole stencil. And so it was okay. I mean, it wasn't the end of the world, but it wasn't as cool as doing that, right? So that is a very cool way to do it. I like that much better. So I like this. I am not a good drawer, okay? To me, this looks a lot better, and it was easier to do than making the marks, but I did want to show you making the marks. Okay, what do we got now? We've got, oh, roller thing. Okay, so let's make a pretty color. Let's make a pink. And I got to get a relatively clean brayer. So see how much more opaque that is? That is a nice thing. All right, you may be wondering what this is. This is from a little kid's clay thing. So you can use anything to make patterns. We're going to use all kinds of stuff to make patterns. But this is going to be cool. It's going to be very pretty. And we may even get a little bit of that cheddar color from underneath. Yep, we did. Yay. I love that. But that's just a neat way to make marks in your stencil. All right, right with a paintbrush. This is fun. Okay, we're going to do this in pink too. So you can roll this out. And you're thinking, oh my gosh, I'm terrible at painting, but are you ready for this? Take your other end of your paintbrush. It's going to be backwards, just so you know. And so there's a kind of writing, I can't remember what it's called, but where you kind of write as if you, like you don't want anybody to read it. You just want to have some scripty stuff. So of course you could do that too. So those are fun. I like those pink ones. That's a very pretty color. Okay, stamping archival. Woo, this one's tricky. We're going to use this plate. All right, so, really? I got oog paint around the edge. You can tell I've been doing a couple different kinds of painting. Generally, I don't mind oog paint because I get it in my work, but I'm trying to show you how to do something without being all covered in paint. All right, so we're going to take this, and we're going to take some Archival ink. which is acid-free permanent ink. So you have to use permanent ink for this. It will not work if you're using water-based ink, because the water-based ink will react to the liquid in the paint, right? Okay, so let's do this. We got our pink. Do we have enough pink on here to do this? And again, this is going to be backwards, but I'm fine with that. Let's do this. We'll do it here. So you can use any of your stamps first, and then the paint will pull them off. So that's fun. Okay. Layers. Now we're going to do layers. So we're going to make some fun layers with some cool colors. We're going to start with pink. I'm going to put a little pink on here. And we're going to make kind of a pinky whitey first layer over here. Not a huge pinker, but I like pink every now and then. And then we're going to move this around a little bit. We're going to put a little more pink on here. And what you need to do, and this is where the soft speedball brayer comes in, because it helps get into those areas and move it around. Okay, so now we have to let this dry, because you want each of your layers to dry. All right, we're going to turn this over, and we're going to get this pretty light blue on here. And this is turquoise. Oops, I'm going to put this through a stencil. But I don't want to put it all over. I just want to put it some places. There you go. A little bit there, a little bit here. Some around the circle corner, right? So you can tell it's on a circle. Just a little bit here and there. Okay? Now we got to let it dry. All right, last but not least, we want a super, super, super thin layer of white paint. I'm using Martha Stewart. I have an issue with Martha. I like her paints for pulling, for doing my pulls at the very end, and I'm running out. Oops. So I just want a little bit of white. And that's going to help us pull all the different layers that are underneath. Okay. And we want to use a bit of pressure. You're going to be able to watch this happen. Okay, so we're going to push. We want to get it all pushed down. See, there's some old gunk on the bottom. I like the old gunk. Okay. And you can start to watch all those different layers of paint peeling away from the gel plate. Okay, let's do another one. There you go. See how you can see all of that old paint coming off? And I love those. Those are really pretty to me. Okay. Here we go. I like my stuff muddier than you might. So if you like yours clean and pure and perfect, then probably you want to not mix up your paints as much. Have different brayers, have different stuff. So we're going to give this just a minute. We're going to push down all over. And then we're going to watch it come off. See how it's coming off everywhere? Oh, that part's still stuck. So let's push in the middle. It's another reason why I like to use these acrylic blocks. You can see if it's working. There we go. We got it this time. So we didn't get that part, but that's okay. I'm going to leave that on my gel plate. And so that's how you do layers. So I will at the very end show you all the circles done together.